Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have our first ever AAA pay-per-view prediction video, because this time they are doing a collab pay-per-view with NXT, and we are getting Worlds Collide AAA and NXT and WWE. Yeah, a pretty interesting card. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, I'm not the biggest or the most knowledge about AAA, but I see some pretty cool things from some of these guys. But obviously that could just be a little bit of W pushing the good things, so who knows what we'll get. But I am pretty excited to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I was kind of looking forward to maybe seeing the new La Parka be on this card, because he's somebody who I remember from the past, and that's kind of a name that I'm familiar with, even though it's not the original one. But I really do kind of like that style that he wrestles. So I was kind of a little disappointed that he didn't make the card, because he was one of the people who I was a little familiar with at least. However, yeah, this is going to be a really fun show nonetheless.
Yeah, let's kick things off where we have a Legado del Fantasma taking on El Hijo del Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown in a six-man tag match. Who are you going with?
This is probably one where I do see the WWE side taking the L here, and I could see the AAA side getting the one here with all the other people, Psycho Clown, Pagano, Wagner Jr. I think they'll probably pick up the one here.
Yeah, for this one, I think I'm going to agree with you on there as well. I could also see that mainly stemming from Santos and Angel Umberto kind of splitting up on the night. Kind of get the teasers the past few weeks on SmackDown, so kind of would feel like a good night to kind of wrap things up between all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
And then next up, let's go to the NXT North American Championship being defended on the night, where the newly crowned Ethan Page takes on Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix in a fatal four-way representation from NXT, main roster, and TNA technically, I think. So, yeah, who you going with, though?
Yeah, I think this match could be really good. I am going to go with Javon Evans here. However, we did mention in our Money in the Bank predictions that Penta, could have a chance of winning that Money in the Bank. And if Rey Fenix wins here, that could potentially be an indicator that Penta is going to win, because that means he's likely to stay in a singles division, since Rey Fenix would then likely move to NXT for the time being. But we have seen with the likes of Dragon Lee and Dominic, where they won the North American Champion and just brought it to the main roster as well. They've had matches there, so that's something they could do with Rey Fenix. Maybe give both of them a title. That'd be really cool to see Rey Fenix and Penta with mid-card titles, even though one's NXT, but still, that's one of the cool NXT titles where a lot of people, even people like Obafemi and stuff like that, could be really good matches for a guy like Rey Fenix.
Yeah, but for this match, I think for my prediction, I'm going to go with Javon Evans, just because apparently Ethan Page might be getting called up soon. So I think Javon Evans winning it, somebody who's going to stay in NXT for a little while, or Rey Fenix can stay on the main roster where he deserves to be there. But yeah, I think Javon Evans gets the win here, and the young OG finally gets some gold around his waist. But next up, we have a women's tag team match where Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice team up against Chick, Tormenta, and Dawes. Who do you got for this one?
Yeah, I think probably Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice get the win here. I can't really see how well they're going to make Stephanie Vaquer lose right now, especially on a AAA NXT card here. But I could also see some stuff maybe happen between Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice that kind of makes them lose in that sort of way as well. But I am going to go with Stephanie to win.
Yeah, Stephanie obviously pulling double duty on the night, so for her, I do think they'll get the win. Like you said, I think Stephanie Vaquer is very hot right now. She's on fire. Everybody wants to see Stephanie Vaquer and what she's really capable of. So yeah, I think her and Lola Vice get the win here. But I could see, I don't know who necessarily, but I could see somebody interfering in this match to maybe help Chick and Dawes get the win. But yeah, it should be a pretty interesting match. And then next up, we have the LWO teaming up with Lince Dorado to take on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana in a six-man tag match. Who do you got?
Yeah, unfortunately, Joaquin Wilde got a concussion on Speed shortly before this happened, so hopefully he's okay and everything's going good with him. And he was replaced with Lince Dorado, with somebody who's really good, somebody who's familiar with the WWE crowd and everything, so that'll be really cool to see him back in the WWE landscape. But I am going to go with the LWO. Dragon Lee had a really good showing on, as of the recording of this, tonight's episode of NXT had a really good six-man tag team match, and yeah, I do expect him to gain even more momentum by picking up a win here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the LWO as well. I do think that WWE will probably get a lot of the wins on the night, but I think it's kind of fair for in some cases. And yeah, I think Dragon Lee has been had a great performance the last week on Raw, and I hope this on tonight or on Worlds Collide he also has a very good showing, and hopefully can translate to some more TV time for him on Raw, because he's one of the best guys on that roster and very underrated. It can definitely be a future star for him if they want him to be. So yeah, want Dragon Lee to get the big win here. And then last up in the main event, we have the AAA Mega Championship on the line, where El Hijo del Vikingo takes on Chad Gable. Chad Gable also not pulling double duty, but his counterpart, El Grande Americano, will be wrestling on Money in the Bank. So, who you got winning?
Yeah, I definitely have Vikingo getting the big win here. I think this match is going to be an amazing match. Vikingo is somebody who I'm slightly familiar with. I've seen him in TNA. We've seen him in a lot of places, actually. He's kind of wrestled all over the place. If you're familiar with indie wrestling, if you're familiar with just other companies in general, you've probably seen at least one match from Vikingo. He's pretty well known. He's a high flyer. He's probably the closest thing to Ricochet or something that you'll probably see. But yeah, he's amazing, and I think this match will go great. This is Chad Gable going after another luchador. This is his big test that he's mentioned, and he's probably going to lose again. So that'll be very interesting to see how this match plays out with Chad Gable and maybe a Grande appearance happening at some point during the show.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Vikingo as well. I can't imagine Chad Gable walking around with the AAA championship on Raw. So yeah, I think Vikingo is getting the win here. But this can be a really fun match. I think Vikingo's just athleticism matched with Chad Gable with just pure strength should be a really fun connection. So hopefully we get some really cool spots, and I can definitely see that happening between these two guys because they are very, very good. But what is the match you're looking most forward to on the night?
Definitely the fatal four-way match for the North American champion Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. Laredo Kid is another person from AAA who I am actually familiar with. We've seen him in AEW, we've seen him in TNA, we've seen him in a lot of places. So he's another person who I'm slightly familiar with. So I'm excited to see him once again, and Ray Phoenix and Javon. So a good mesh of talent here, and I think it'll go great.
Yeah, but let us know what you guys are looking most forward to on Worlds Collide, and let us know your predictions down in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching for me this far. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.